Well, Justin Andrews is live at Lancaster Lumber this morning, and if you're looking to do any home improvements around the house, he knows what tools you'll need to use. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Ella. That's right. Tools you need to know to improve your home. We're going to start off with, Nick, we're going to start off with deck building improvement tools, correct?
Yep.
Okay, let's jump right into it. What are we going to talk about here?
Well, do you want to cut a finger off first or drill a hole in your neighbor's foot?
How about we drill a hole in the deck? Let's
Okay.
not, we don't want to hurt anybody this morning.
Well, the most important things you'll need will be a good drill, preferably cordless so you aren't dragging cords everywhere.
Okay.
Something to drive all your screws. You aren't going to have to do a whole lot of drilling, but...
And if someone wants to buy that tool, how much, maybe around ballpark, how much would it normally cost?
That one's about $300,
Okay.
but a good drill will run you $100 and up, depending on what you want. I mean, you want something of pretty decent quality, so your battery isn't running dead every 3 screws.
Gotcha. So we got the drill. What else can we pick up to try to improve our deck?
You'll need a good circular saw, which really, even a $50 one will do for most of the cutting you're going to do. But you don't want something that's going to burn up 3 cuts into it. But
okay. Is there like a certain amount of thickness that cuts, or is it like different sizes for the...
that's a 7 1/4. You'll want at least like a 6 1/2. Most of your cordless are 6 1/2, and they'll cut through your 2x4s and stuff. But that'll be sufficient generally.
Okay. That's 2 of them. What are
Yep.
some other things we can point out here?
Need a good level so your deck's not all crooked, so if your neighbor gets a little wound up, he rolls clear off down into the neighbor's pond instead of your own pond. But
Okay.
speed square will be important. I mean, these aren't terribly expensive. Most people probably already have them, but you don't want to have a bunch of weird-looking crazy ends running out there because you and your neighbor eyeballed it at just about dark and bad light trying to cut.
Gotcha.
Handy-dandy little $6 post level, which will make a lot of difference because your posts are off square, the whole deck's going to be a mess. You don't want it to look like a floating dock when it's sitting attached to your house. Otherwise, I mean, you'll need to make sure you get your post holes dug, so whether you go the old-fashioned way and get a good workout with some jobbers, rent an auger, have the neighbor come over with the tractor, or you got a skid loader or something. But
Alrighty. So this is deck equipment. So what happens if you know, people are wanting to work on a couple of other things maybe outside of their home? Is there any other tools up here that maybe they can pick up and kind of work on or use?
Those are the biggies. I mean, it's nice to have an air nailer or something if you're doing something else. It just kind of depends on what you're doing with it. For most homeowners, most projects, they don't usually use an air nailer. Well, they'll use one if they got one, but they aren't going to spend $250 to go build 3 walls. But
Gotcha. So just for clarity, most of these tools a normal person in their homes can pretty much use to build their deck and do things like that by themselves without getting any help from any construction workers or things of that nature.
yeah, I mean, really a drill and a saw and just a handful of hand tools, and you can go a long ways.
And like you mentioned, it's pretty inexpensive for those. Well, at least inexpensive if you're trying to build your deck and things like that, right?
Depends on what you buy, but as long as you buy a decent drill, you can get by with a pretty cheap saw.
Alrighty, you heard Nick himself. He said it's pretty inexpensive to work on home improvement things as far as your deck and things of that nature. Coming up, we'll tell you exactly how to use these tools and make sure you're safe when using these tools. Ella, I'll throw it back to you.
Welcome back. Well, as you know, Justin Andrews is live at Lancaster Lumber this morning learning about what tools you should use if you're planning on any home improvement projects around the house. Now he's going to show us how to properly use them. Good morning, Justin.
I'm rocking the safety gloves this morning, and Nick's rocking the safety glasses this morning. These are just some of the things that you need to be sure you have on and you're wearing while you use some of these tools. So we have the gloves. Obviously, they protect your hands and things of that nature, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so the glasses, you've got them on, and those protect, of course, your eyes from dust and, you know, wood debris from...
Yeah, I mean, stuff flies all over the place. These aren't quite as sweet as the big over-the-glasses black ones you see worn a lot, but you can wear those or else get something a little more stylish.
And I'm guessing those are pretty inexpensive as well, right?
Yeah, I think they're like $5. You can get some fairly stylish ones for not a lot. Something
Okay.
like these, or blue ones are $10. I think the white ones are like 15, and they're actually pretty decent to wear sunglasses and stuff.
That's what I'm going to say. They seem like some pretty sweet professional safety glasses.
Yep.
Alrighty, so we've got our hands covered, we've got our eyes covered, ears as well.
Especially with the saw. Saws are pretty loud. I mean, the drill and stuff's not going to be that loud, but if you're doing a lot of sawing, your ears will appreciate that.
Alrighty, and Nick said we have this. This is pretty important. It's a first aid kit. Let's go right into it.
Yeah, if you get a first timer like Justin with a chainsaw, you might lose a leg, and it's pretty good to have a little bit of gauze and possibly some Band-Aids in case the leg comes off. But
cool. Let's properly hold one of these tools. I want you to show me how to properly hold it if we're, you know.
Now let's break this down from a fundamental standpoint.
Okay. Let's dumb it down because I'm a little...
There's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to put your hand on the blade when you're holding it, preferably. Handle up front,
okay.
handle up here. Yeah, you want to keep everything below that table because that thing's spinning at 6,000 RPM.
Okay. So you're supposed to have a pretty good grip on it.
Yep.
Make sure it's pretty stable and
pretty firm, so it doesn't buck on you. I mean, that thing's enough power, it's probably not going to buck. But if it bucks back, you definitely don't want to be holding her by that, or else might be nighty night for Justin's TV hands.
Gotcha. So whenever I'm using this, it's always safe to keep these gloves on and wear the safety glasses, right?
Yeah, because you might be in radio after that if you.
No, I think I'll stick with TV, Nick. Let's hold one of these other items and then we'll wrap it up here. Let me set this back here. This is pretty much self-explanatory. I mean, you just... Oh, I didn't mean to turn it on. But
one handle, one trigger. There's not really a wrong way to hold that one.
Yeah. So we've already got the tools. We've got our hands covered, eyes covered, and we safely know how to handle these tools. So, Ella, I'll throw it right back to you.